There's a task you genuinely want to do, not a chore someone forced on you, something you care about. Maybe a project that matters to you, a piece of work you chose, a goal that is actually yours. And yet you cannot start it. You sit down, and somehow you're cleaning the kitchen instead, or scrolling, or deciding you will begin tomorrow. And the worst part is the voice that follows. What is wrong with me? Why am I so lazy? Stop there. Because laziness is not what is happening, and that word is keeping you stuck. A lazy person does not care, but you care so much that not starting is causing you pain. That is the opposite of laziness. And once you understand what is really going on, you will see that you were never fighting your motivation. You were flinching from a feeling. Here is the core idea, and it overturns almost everything you've been told. Procrastination is not a time management problem. It is an emotion management problem. Think about what actually happens in the moment you avoid the task. You do not sit there calmly weighing your schedule. You feel something, a flicker of anxiety, a whisper of self-doubt, a fear that what you make will not be good enough. The task, before you have even touched it, produces an uncomfortable emotion, and your brain, faced with that discomfort, does the most natural thing in the world. It escapes. You open a new tab. You check your phone, and instantly, that flicker of anxiety is gone. You feel better, relief. And that relief is the entire trap, because your brain just learned something. It learned that avoiding the task made the bad feeling disappear. So the next time that task appears and the anxiety rises again, your brain already knows the solution that worked last time. Avoid, feel better. And every single time you do it, that loop gets stronger, more automatic, harder to break. You are not procrastinating because you are undisciplined. You are procrastinating because it works. It reliably kills a bad feeling right now, which explains the thing that makes no sense on the surface. Why do you procrastinate hardest on the things you care about most? If procrastination were really about laziness, you would avoid the boring tasks and happily do the ones you love. But it is often the reverse. The project that means the most to you is the one you cannot make yourself start. And now you can see why. It is not the task that triggers the avoidance. It is the emotion attached to it. And the things you care about most carry the heaviest emotions. The fear of failing at something that matters. The pressure of wanting it to be good. A boring task carries no threat, so it produces no anxiety to run from. But the meaningful one is loaded with it. The more it matters, the more there is to be afraid of, and the more your brain wants to escape. There's a deeper layer underneath this. In that moment of choosing, there are really two of you. Your future self, who wants the project finished and benefits later, and your present self, sitting here now, feeling the discomfort when stress or tiredness takes over. The present self wins almost every time. It does not care about next month. It wants to feel okay in the next 10 seconds. So it reaches for the quick comfort, and your future self quietly pays the price. So if the problem is a feeling, then piling on more discipline is aiming at the wrong target entirely. You cannot force your way out of an emotion. And this is why the usual advice fails you. Make a schedule. Try harder. Just do it. None of it touches the actual cause, which is the discomfort you're trying to escape. You have been attacking a feeling with a to-do list. So what actually works? You treat the real problem, the emotion. First, name it. The next time you feel that pull to avoid, stop and ask, what am I actually feeling right now? Is it fear that this will not be good enough? Am I overwhelmed because I do not know where to start? Just naming the emotion takes it out of the shadows, where it drives you automatically, and puts it in the light, where you can actually respond to it. Second, and this sounds too simple to matter, forgive yourself for procrastinating in the past. This is not a feel-good line. It is one of the most reliably supported findings in this whole area. People who forgive themselves for procrastinating actually procrastinate less next time. Because a huge part of the discomfort driving the avoidance is the shame from last time. Drop the shame, and you remove a large chunk of the very emotion you're running from. And third, shrink the task until it is no longer scary. The fear is attached to the whole mountain. So do not face the mountain. Do not write the report. Just open the document. Just write one ugly sentence. Make the first step so small it carries no emotional weight at all. Because starting is the hard part. And once you're moving, the anxiety that felt so enormous almost always shrinks. So go back to that person sitting there, unable to start the thing they care about, quietly calling themselves lazy. That person was never lazy. They were standing in front of something that mattered so much it frightened them, and doing the most human thing possible, protecting themselves from a feeling. You do not need more willpower. You do not need to become a more disciplined person. You need to stop treating this as a battle against your own character and start treating it as what it really is. Not a flaw in you, but a feeling in you. And feelings, unlike your character, can actually be worked with.